Namaste. This class is a preparation for the spring equinox. And we're going to start, first of all, just sitting comfortably. Cross-legged or with your legs outstretched, whichever is the option that you prefer. Just find a stable, settling position. So from our setting position, we're going to get into the spirit of things. Springtime is a time for renewal, new growth, beautiful flowers. It's also a time where all of the accumulations that we had from the winter start to melt away. So snow will melt away, and all of your accumulations of maybe overeating or indulging and Christmas and whatever will also show up at this time quite a lot. So it's a good time to start burning away all of the things that we don't need any longer, because the springtime is coming and we're going to be in warmer weather. Remember that in Ayurveda, we always talk about digesting everything that our senses ingest. So maybe your heaviness is not from eating or drinking. Maybe your heaviness can be from ingesting things through your eyes, social media, or other things, television, or listening to things that are not in accordance with your state of peace. So today I will ask you, what could you subtract from your life so that you can feel more centered? So you all know the springtime, or the build up to the spring, is a time of Lent as well. If you are not religious, it doesn't matter, but over the history of humanity, at this time of year, people will fast. In the very old days, it was because they had run out of grains and of handed food. So there will be very little food. And this fasting is a regeneration. So whether you opt for giving your chocolates a rest or not having something every time you think about it, just thinking, okay, I want a cup of tea. What happens if I wait 5 minutes? It's not because the cup of tea is a bad thing. It's because you build up your strength and your determination and your resilience. When you resist the immediate satisfaction of your senses. So enough about that right now. Just keep your eyes closed and put an intention for this practice today, or for your practices from today until springtime on the 21st of March. And start lengthening your breath, starting with a 3-part breath, inhaling onto your belly, then your ribs, and your collarbones, and then exhale, belly, ribs, and collarbones. Inhale, belly, ribs, and collarbones. Exhale, belly, ribs, and collarbone. Now we're going to change the breath a little bit. We're going to inhale fully and then do a last sip of breath and exhale through the mouth. Inhale fully. Relax the shoulders. Sip your breath again. And exhale through your mouth. One more. One sip more. And exhale. Bring the palms of your hands together. Open your eyes and bow, saying Namaste. And bring your hands into your mudra, your lotus flower mudra. Opening your fingers, having your little finger and thumb together. And we're going to start rolling our lotus mudra, going from the heels of your hands, rolling over the tops of your hands. That's it. And change the direction. We're warming up our joints. That's it, everybody. Very good. And you can even do it with your eyes closed. It's a nice, relaxing way of articulating your wrist. Bring your hands onto your chest. Inhale, push the skin of your chest down, looking up. Exhale, chin to chest, stretch forwards. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, stretch forwards. Inhale. Exhale, stretch forwards. Turn your palms towards the front and bring the hands up and stretch the sides of the body. Breathe deeply. Go to the other side. It doesn't matter how far sideways you go, as long as you feel it on the side of the ribs and the armpits. And exhale, release. Now a little twist. And change to the other side. Lovely. We're going to use 2 blocks if you have them. If you don't have the blocks, you can use your fingers on the floor so that you have a bit of elevation on the arms. And for any knee issues, anything that might not feel right, you can modify any way you feel that is more suitable for you. Please always use a blanket or a cushion underneath your knees if the floor is hard. So you can get, it doesn't have to be very wide, very tall blanket. I'm going to put this one in here. Good. So we're going to start on a child's pose. Patting your knees can also be done by folding your mat if you don't have a blanket. And have your blocks far away from you at the end of the mat. Your toes are together, your knees are apart. I'm still wearing my socks, so if you feel cold where you are, just stay warm. Stay warm. We don't need the traction yet. I will let you know when. And for now, just let your head rest over your hands, letting your hips relax towards your heels. And your knees are quite far apart, giving room for your belly and your chest between your legs. Tune into your breath. Lift your head and bring your left arm beneath your right arm. Just have a little twist. Twists are very detoxifying. Feel your shoulder getting a stretch. Feel your upper body twisting, and your neck is also having a little twist. And if you wanted to, you can have one hand over. The hand that is stretched ahead can be over the block, just to give a bit more room for your head, for your breathing. And bring your head back to center. Change sides. Your right hand is beneath your chest. Your left hand is in front. If you want, you can have your left hand on top of the block. Today's flow is going to be slow and mindful. Trying to allow the breath to go through each of your cells. Bring yourselves back to center. And bring your hands onto the block. If you don't have the blocks, have your fingertips on the floor and your forehead rests on the floor. If you have the blocks, see if you can rest your forehead on the floor. If you cannot, don't worry. Lower the blocks, make them a little bit more accessible. So in a higher setting, you get a greater stretch. Lower setting is more accessible. One more deep breath in here. Lift your head, walk your hands back towards you, and bring your knees closer to each other. Another thing that you can do if your knees are not very happy being folded is to opt to have a block beneath your bottom. That will give a bit more space on your knees. Good. So we're going to bring a flow, like if you were an ocean wave. You can tuck your toes under, just watch for a moment to start with. And we are going to bring the hip in, chin in, go down towards the hips, then look up and bring yourselves forwards and let your feet relax. Your hips go towards the floor and your chest open up. This modify upward facing dog. So we go back with a cat stretch, arching back, toes tucked and release. And we come forwards with a cow stretch. So when you go forwards, you already are arching, opening the chest and releasing. Show you one more time and then we do it together. Chin to chest, toes tucked, bring it down, then looking forwards, come forwards and let it hold. We're not really doing arm strength. We're moving from the shoulders and strengthening the wrists because it will hold our weight. So when you're ready to start, we're going to do a few of those. So go with your own breath. We're going to do it by time, about 45 seconds we're going to do. So when you're ready, just start your flow, going forwards and coming back. Going forwards. Okay. And maybe that you find a different way to move onto your wave, use it. Two more. And release, let go of the blocks, knees together. You can have your fists beneath your forehead. Just feel the whole of your spine getting a nice stretch. Good. And inhale, come up onto your shins. Bring your arms up towards the sky. Arching back. And exhale, fold forwards. So this is like an earth salutation. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, let your arms come behind and fold forwards. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it up and come onto your knees. Exhale, release down into your child's pose. Your knees are together. Inhale, coming up onto your knees. Exhale, bow to the ground. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, have a little rest. If you need to lie onto the floor for a rest, you can do that. Good modification, Siobhan, that's good. So come into a restful position. If you can't be on a child's pose, you can also rest with your head towards your knees. We're going to come into sitting in a moment. Good. Inhale, lift your head, walk your hands back towards you, and come into a seated position, Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. For this one as well, if you wanted to, you can have a bit of a support beneath your bottom. If I took this blanket and I fold it a few times, and I perch my bottom just at the edge, it gives me that little tilt on the hip, so that is a little bit further forwards. Hold onto your feet. The soles of your feet are together and the knees are apart. And my back is not completely stretched because I want to keep holding as I bring my knees in and press my arms with my knees, and then release down and press my elbows against my calves. That's it. Inhale. Well, no, let's do it. Exhale as you bring your knees in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale. Knees down, head down. And bring your knees in. We exhale here, and we inhale as we bring it down. 3 more. Exhale in, squeeze. Squeeze your shoulders, squeeze your knees against you. Exhale, release down. 1 more. Squeeze. Your inner thigh should be shaking right now. Exhale, release down, and we're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. So you can actively push your knees down, or you can just let your upper body be over your feet. Breathing. And inhale, bring your chest up, bring your legs forwards, shake your legs. Shake, shake, shake. Massage your knees if you need to. Good. And bring your right leg out, left foot in. This is Janu Sirsasana, and we're going to do a few variations in here. If bending the knee is not right for you today, have both legs outstretched. This is an option for you. If you can, keep your left foot towards your groin. If you cannot, just have both legs outstretched. Bring your hands in front of you with your arms straight, interlacing your fingers. And notice how your fingers are interlaced. Which finger is on top of the other? Probably the right index finger on top of the left. And we're going to keep the arms straight as we go around. So we are stretching away from us, stretching towards the leg and bringing it back. Go around, keeping your arms straight. That's it. And to go around, your chest needs to move and change direction. Stare it, stare it, stare it. That's it. Very good. Lovely. Release the fist, open the hands, bring the palms of the hands forwards. And bring the arms up. Good. And stretch side to side as we did on warm-up. Feel that stretching on the side, on the other side. Good. And release your fingertips behind you. Open your chest. Look up towards the sky. You can let your head drop over the tops of your shoulders. Feel in the front of the neck stretch. And bring your head back to center. Lovely. So all of our sides of the neck, sides of the body have our lymphatic glands. So we are stimulating those lymphatic glands as we stretch. Bring your right hand onto your left knee. Left hand behind. Inhale. Open your chest, and as you exhale, look over your shoulder. Take your time. We're going to do 5 breaths in here. So feel your hips on the floor. If you're lifting your right hip, let it go down again. It's better to have a smaller twist than not to be flat on the floor. Good. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, turn your chest towards your extended leg and bring your hands either to the sides of the leg, or you can hold onto your foot or your ankle, or maybe you want to press your leg down. Just feel what feels best. Sometimes I like to push onto my bent knee so that my hip is down and I feel it on the sides of my hip. And every time you exhale, check what habitual muscles you are holding and let them go. Remember that asana means seat, the seat of the pose. And today we are subtracting, we are not adding. What can you not use so that you can be a bit more in your body? Good. Inhale. Walk your hands back towards you. Take a moment seated. Just feel the flow of breath. And open your eyes, change the leg. So the foot, if you can't bend the knee, as I told you before, you can be with your legs outstretched. If you can, just keep your right foot towards your groin, both sitting bones on the ground. Now interlace your fingers, trying to interlace the awkward way. So if you normally interlace right over left, right index finger over left index finger, do left index finger over right. And we're going to reach in a big circle. Arms are straight, and we're reaching around, feeling the hips stretch, feeling the legs stretch. Using your abs, you will have to use your abs a little bit to hold you when you're going back. And change direction. Observe how both sides of the body are not equal. You might have one side that comes off the floor more, and that's fine, absolutely. Good, and bringing it to center. Turn your palms out. And bring your arms up, trying to keep your arms straight. Your head is able to move between your arms. And go side. Breathing deeply, feeling that hip on the floor still, side of the body. Back to center and to the other side. And back to center, release your hands, fingertips behind, and open your chest, letting the head rest against your shoulders. This makes you feel this is just keep your gaze up, don't drop the head. And coming back to center, twist, arms up, opposite hand to knee. And look over your shoulder. 5 deep breaths in here. No rush. Going round and stretching. Feeling that flow of energy through your body. Trying to keep your hips grounded. Inhale, bring your arms up, and as you exhale, let your fingertips come either side of your leg or over your knee, over your shin, or holding your foot, maybe over your thigh, maybe holding the knee down. These are our options that you can take and play around. As you know, different sides are different in terms of tightness. And you want to use what's needed for you. Letting go, feel free to exhale through your mouth. If you feel tension, if you feel that you're holding up physically or mentally, just by sighing, you're giving your nervous system a message to let go. Good. And walk your hands back towards you. Sit in a comfortable position and close your eyes just for a moment, feeling the sides of the body, feeling your spine. Use your Ujjayi breath, closing the back of the throat a little bit, making small sound like the sound of the sea. We're doing 5 Ujjayi breaths. Great. Open your eyes. If you're wearing socks, this is the time to take them off. We're going to come into standing. So have my 80s styled leg warmers, which are very handy for this time of year. So in the best way possible, come into standing and still have your blocks and still have your blanket to cushion your knees. Good. So we're going to stand at the top of the mat with the blocks either side of our feet. You can follow this flow just listening. You probably won't need to look into the screen because you know this flow. Have your feet well distributed on the floor. Samastitihi equals standing. Your feet are hip distance apart and there is a little bit of a gap between each of your toes. Lift energetically from your instep, pelvic floor, lower abdomen, shoulders back and down. Inhale, bring your arms around and up. Stretching out towards the sky, arching back. Exhale, soften your hips, soften your upper body. Come into a forward fold, hands rest onto the blocks. Inhale, extend the legs, extend the back, half lift. Exhale, release, and bring your right leg back into a low lunge. Use your blocks to help you have more room. And start rocking your foot, extending and bending your left knee. Just feeling the front of the hip. And maybe you can bring the top of the foot onto the floor, rolling your toes. Coming forwards, rolling back. Just giving the front of the leg a little massage. The front of the foot is on the floor. Good. And release your right knee onto the floor. Your right toes are on the ground. Keep your right hand onto the block. Your hip is falling forwards. And open up. Big circle for 1. And for 2. And 3. Reaching all the way around. Release back. Extending the front leg. Hands are on the blocks. Maybe wiggle your hips just to feel release on your hamstring, the back of the leg. Then come forwards. Tuck your back toes under into a low lunge. Don't rush it. We're going to come forwards, but don't rush it. Just be fully in there. Pushing your heel away. And bring the back foot forwards. Fold forwards, letting your head drop towards the ground. Your knees are soft. Inhale, hands still on the blocks. Extend your back, extend your legs. Exhale, soften your knees. Let your arms be heavy like a rag doll and roll up into standing, vertebra by vertebra. Bringing your arms around and up. Exhale. Release. Release the hands. Close your eyes for a moment, just feeling your right and left side. So when we are melting away the heaviness from the winter, we can't just scorch it. We have to be gentle. We have to persuade our body to go into this flow. And we do it through our breath. Breath will unblock the blocked sides of our body, of our psyche. And sometimes if we are used to doing a strong, quick flow, you might feel, oh, I want to move, I want to do more. Be with it. Be with it, because this one is a slow, mindful flow. Let's do the other leg. Feet, hip distance, lifting from your instep, shoulders back and down, pelvic floor up. Inhale, bring your arms up, fingertips join, stretch up, stretch the front of the body, arching back as far as you can without pain. There should not be any pain. Exhale, soften your hips and fall forwards all the way. Hands rest onto the blocks. Inhale, you can have the blocks higher as well. Extend the legs, extend the back. Your neck is an elongation from your spine, it's not looking upwards. Exhale, soften your knees, blocks on the landscape would be best. And bring your left leg back this time. Take a moment to be on your low lunge, letting your hips go down towards the floor and start rocking back and forth. Back and forth. See what your body needs on this side. And maybe bring the top of the foot onto the floor. And you can rock it side to side. Just feeling what's right for your hip and for your hamstrings. Right and left side are not equal. Then release the back foot and release your knee onto the floor. We're going to move our right hand. So left hand rests onto the block. The hip is going forwards. And bring your right arm to go round. Make sure that you're using your right arm. So the right leg is forwards, right arm. And coming round. Use your breath. And round. Lovely. And release. Bring the hands onto the blocks. Tag your back toes under. Be fully on your low lunge. Pushing your back heel away. And bring the back foot forwards. Forward fold. Fingertips onto the blocks. Straighten your back, straighten your legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up into standing, vertebra by vertebra. Bring your arms around and up. And exhale. Release. Just take a moment in standing. Shake your legs. And we're going to come into our resting position. So bring yourselves down towards the floor, either onto a seated position. Today wasn't a super fast class, so you might feel it's right to be seated. Or maybe you want to lie down in Shavasana. Use your blankets, keep warm. Rest is your right, your birthright, being centered. So choose whatever is best for you. We're going to do a body scan, which you can do from seated or lying down. And most importantly, you want to have a free flow on your spine. So if you're lying down, make sure that your chin is slightly tucked in so the back of the neck is long. Same when you are seated. If you're seated and your chin is up, you're going to be shortening the back of the neck. So keep the back of the neck long. Your chin is slightly tucked in, like if you had an apple or a mandarin or an orange beneath your chin. And if you're seated, have your palms facing downwards. If you're lying down, you can have your hands facing up or your hands onto your lower abdomen. Choose whatever feels most soothing and nourishing. Focus on your breath, relaxing from the crown of your head, the whole of your scalp and your forehead. Feel your face relaxed and smooth. The tongue inside your mouth is relaxed. Front of the neck and the back of the neck are relaxed. Collarbones and shoulder blades are relaxed. Relax your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, the wrists and your hands are relaxed. Relax the front of the chest, the back of the chest. Relaxing your belly and your lower back. Feel your hips opened and relaxed. Relax your tailbone. Relaxing your thighs, knees, calf muscles and shins. Relax your ankles, heels, soles of the feet, tops of the feet. Relax your 10 toes. The whole body is now in harmony, weighing down towards the floor, feeling connected and grounded. Feel the flow of prana going through your whole body, the life energy flowing freely. We're going to observe just a minute of silence. With our minute of silence, and we subtracted, we took away words. So what are you going to subtract from your life? Maybe this week, maybe in the next 3 weeks, maybe in a month. What will you take away so that you can find a better balance? Bring your palms together. Your eyes closed, and we're going to finish with 3 Oms and Shantis. If you're lying down, you can stay lying down as well. How to begin? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Rub your palms together. Make the movement a little faster. And place your palms over your face. Inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands and slide your hands towards your heart. Bow your head. Namaste. So see if you can practice this as the coming week and see how you feel.
Thank you.